Yo, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Your man Melvin Taylor, and I'm back right here, WHCR 90.3 FM, New York, the voice of Harlem. Remember, the show is called The Alternative Melvin Taylor, You can find me on all social media, Melvin Taylor, Find me on my website, Melvin Taylor, especially on YouTube. Your boy be doing videos and whatnot on there. Going to have some sketches coming up relatively soon. And just we just having a lot of fun on YouTube, y'all. By the way, your boy just hit 9,000 subscribers on YouTube too, so I'm gonna clap for myself and pat myself on the back real quick. Thank you, Kyle. Appreciate it, cause it's been a journey to be able to get there, and it's crazy. I literally I started YouTube maybe like a year or so ago, and now being able to be in this position to where I have people that enjoy the videos that I post up there and the things that I do. I'm so grateful and so thankful for each and every last one of y'all that subscribe to the channel. So we only like 900 away or so from being at 10,000. So please tell a friend to subscribe, because it would mean the world to me. And it would also mean the world to a lot of people that are helping me to collaborate on some of the things that will be coming out on the channel relatively soon. I greatly appreciate y'all out there. Thank y'all. Now, some of the things that I want to talk about on the show today were, we kind of got NBA All-Star weekend out the way already. Ain't it crazy how NBA All-Star weekend just can completely move the Super Bowl out the way? Like, who talking about the Super Bowl right now, right? Nobody. Anybody talking about football? I mean, there's one thing we could talk about in football, which would be Colin Kaepernick, which we're going to get into in a second. But just think about how much stuff was going on around Super Bowl week, how hard they were pushing that Travis Scott performance where he only did half of a song, how the game was just like absolutely horrible. And then NBA All-Star weekend came and everybody just had a bunch of fun. Everybody had, Maroon 5, shout out to Maroon 5. Like, I'm not going to diss Maroon 5 whatsoever, but nobody was really checking for that performance. Nobody thoroughly enjoyed that performance. It was good. I'll tell you right now, I was singing pretty much all them songs, because everybody and their mama know you done heard them songs on the radio before. But ain't nobody out here like, yo, that Maroon 5 performance was amazing. It was lit. It was the best thing. Okay, y'all can chill. Like, it was all right. It was all right. But NBA All-Star weekend came and blew that out the way, and it brings me to the point of conversation and being like, the NFL is just so far behind in terms of what they could be doing to make the game more exciting, make the game fun, make the game enjoyable. Like, the NFL way behind. Baseball is like stuck in the mid-2000s. I don't know what they doing, so we ain't even gonna touch that today. Y'all, they let Kyler Murray about to go to the NFL, bro. He about to get away. That was y'all meal ticket right there. That was y'all. It would have had people paying attention. He won a Heisman. To win the Heisman and then say, I'm not gonna go play football, I'm gonna go play baseball, would have brought y'all so many ratings. And y'all start don't they season start in like a week, 2 weeks, and two of the biggest free agents still holding out to get money? Y'all got to get that. Anyway, that's baseball. We're going to let them worry about that. Talking about some more about football, the NFL is just so far behind in terms of what they could be doing to make the game more attractive and make it more engaging for people to consistently pay attention and consistently have fun while watching it. And one thing that they could have did, I was screaming this the entire time that Colin Kaepernick situation was going on. If anybody would have signed Colin Kaepernick, right? Imagine who was the worst team in the league. I'm gonna just throw out. Say that one more time. The Browns. Okay, cool. Cleveland Browns, right? If the Cleveland Browns would have signed Colin Kaepernick, you mean to tell me people would not watch that game? Ratings would be through the roof. Do you know how much Cleveland Brown, how much Cleveland Brown merchandise would have sold? Do you know how many number 7 Cleveland Browns? People that don't even watch football would have bought a Cleveland Browns jersey just to support Kaepernick. Just to support everything that he stood for, everything that he kneeled for, everything that he worked for, right? All they had to do was just sign him to a team. You could have signed him to the Chargers, and he could have just been back up behind Phillip Rivers. You could have signed him to the Jacksonville Jaguars. You could have signed him to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You could have literally signed him anywhere. The Jets, the Giants. and people would have supported him so much monetarily and in terms of impressions, in terms of ratings, would have been through the roof versus y'all having like the lowest Super Bowl ratings like in the past 10 years or so. I mean, the game was kind of trash too, so that definitely adds into it. But nonetheless, you kind of get the point that I'm making. So I say all of that because when you actually get to the settlement that just occurred, for those of y'all that don't know, Kaepernick and the NFL reached a settlement in the collusion case. Now, just because it's a settlement, there are a lot of people out there that are saying, oh, Kaepernick, he wasn't doing it for football. He was just doing it for money. Like, if he really wanted to play football, he would have did blah, blah, blah. Why did he drop it? He should have just kept going, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, let me talk to some of y'all out there because some of y'all clearly talking out the side of y'all neck and y'all don't know what's going on, right? Imagine you have an issue with your job, okay? You take a stance on that. Now, whatever happens at that point in time, how you feel about it, your job is well within their rights to make sure that if we don't want you here, we don't have to bring you back. Okay, cool. They can do that. Take it a step further when your job says, we're going to make sure you never get another job similar to this again. So if you're a tech guy, right? If you're a tech guy, you working for Apple, you have an issue with Apple, you take your version of whatever it would be to take a knee for Apple. Your contract with Apple runs out. They don't fire you. Your contract just runs out. They decide not to renew it. They're like, you know what? We're okay. And then when you try and get a job with Google, or you try and get a job with Yahoo, or you try and get a job with IBM, or you try and get a job with Microsoft, and it's kind of like a conspiracy to make sure that you don't get a job in any way, shape, or form in tech again. You would kind of be like, yo, what's going on here, right? Similar situation with Colin. There's no way in the world you can't tell me that he would not be a top 15 quarterback in the league right now. He could start for pretty much every team in the league minus maybe 6 to 7 teams. If I really break it down, absolute most might be 10 teams he may not start for. Okay, cool. That's still 22 other teams he could start for. Easy. Right? All you had to do was sign my man, give him a contract that would have been what his value was at that point in time. A lot of this stuff that y'all been fighting would have went away. But now, since y'all settled on this collusion case, the NFL has to pay Colin, well, we don't know the actual amount, but the speculation and the alleged amount is somewhere between 60 to 80 million. You mean to tell me the Cleveland Browns could have signed Colin Kaepernick for $4 million probably? For $4 million. He could have played, he could have been back up to Baker Mayfield. For even at most, I might be pushing it, $8 to $10 million. Right? Y'all could have put in it's not guaranteed. We got to have, the contracts got to be incentive based. All of that. All of that. Where it could have been, we know how these things work sometimes. It could have been difficult. They could have made the incentives like, you got to be the Super Bowl winning, you got to play in an all-pro game and a Super Bowl in order to get the full 10 million. Y'all could have really, really rigged the contract in a way, right? But he still would have had the contract. He still would have been getting paid on some type of level. But for 2 years, y'all had secret meetings and emails or whatever it was to conspire to make sure he did not get a job. So now instead of him getting 4 to 10 million, which would have been the highest, I don't know what Colin's contracts were beforehand, but he probably would have made a good amount of money and been fine, But now he's going to get between 60 to 80 million, more than what he probably would have gotten in his career had it continued on. All from just this one settlement. That's how you know the NFL messed up, bro. And the fact that everything is confidential so that the details can't come out, that tells you right there that they caught so much stuff that the NFL is like, look, we'll just give you the money, sign these NDA forms so that everything that we said or everything that we wrote or everything blah, blah, blah cannot come out. I can't wait till we get the 30 for 30 documentary one day where it all does come out, because somebody going to break that NDA. Money gonna be gone. Money gonna be spent. It's gonna be like 20 years from now. Somebody gonna be like, oh, did y'all ever hear these things that the NFL owners was saying about Colin at that point in time? It's gonna come out at some point. I'm not worried about that.
The Colin tapes.
Right, the Colin tapes. It's gonna come out at some point. But to give this man 60 to 80 million means, yo, we really screwed the pooch on this one. Like, we really messed up. Like, we was really going out and signing guys that retired 4 years ago to make sure you didn't get a job. Come on, bro. All they had to do was sign him. I get that you're like, oh, he's standing for something that we don't, blah, 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 blah. It wasn't even like, the entire energy that they had towards the situation changed it from what it was. Had they kept the issue on what it was, it would have been fine. Remember when LeBron had he called President Trump a bum? Y'all remember that, right? Y'all remember that? It was a headline for like a week, and then it just went away. I'm not saying Kaepernick's issue would have went away, but it would have got to the point where we're so desensitized to things now, and things move so fast in our news cycle. Now, every time that Colin's doing an interview, or anytime that reporters are around him, somebody may ask him a question, and he may answer that question and then go on to say something about the cause in which he's standing for. But at a certain point in time, I'm not saying this because it's not important. I'm saying this because of the way our news cycle works. It would have faded into the background. It would have. Just because that's the way that our news today works. It's unfortunate. And a lot of things that should be more prominent should stay on top of the news cycle so that we can be more informed about it. But unfortunately, it's just the way that it works. But when they decided to take the stance that they did and blow it much more so out of proportion, you made my man even more lit. And think about, he wasn't working for 2 years with still donating money, still donating millions to his cause, right? He still got a Nike deal. How you not working and you get a Nike deal, bro? Craig got fired on his day off.
Still in boxes.
Colin wasn't working and got a Nike deal, bro. And now finna get 80 mil, allegedly. 80 mil. Crazy. I'm proud of him, though. Absolutely proud of him. I'm so glad that he was able to stick to his guns long enough for him to get what he so justly deserves. Now, for some of the people out there that are saying, oh, this means it never was about football. That's not the case, man. That's not the case. You got to think, my man was out of work for 2 years. We don't know what he was doing to pay his bills. We don't know if he was accepting he could have been accepting donations to pay his bills. We don't know. Nobody, you weren't with him on a day-to-day basis. You weren't waking up with Colin Kaepernick being like, how he going to eat cereal today? Where is he going to travel to? You got money for a plane ticket? You got money for an Uber? Can you afford a Metro Pass? A Metro card? You don't know. You don't know. So for him to be out of work for that long, yeah, give me all of that and some. How much, y'all? All right, we're going to give you about 40. Oh, nah, bro, I'm releasing everything. And then I'm going to go on a national tour talking about it. Play with me if y'all want to. Give me what I deserve. We can sign these NDAs and we can go on. So for those of y'all out there that's like, it wasn't about football. All my man wanted to do was play football. That's all he wanted to do. That's everybody else that took the situation out of context. That's everybody else that blew the situation up more than what it needed to be. That's everybody else that took the entire thing and just made it all what we have right now. That's on y'all, not on him. And also there's a new football league. I'm trying to pull up the name for it. I'll get it in a second. Where they were asking Colin to come and play in their league.
WHCR 90.3 FM, New York.
They were the AAF. I'm assuming American. We gonna pull it up. Say it one more time. With Trent Richardson? Yeah, oh, okay. Yeah, I remember Trent. Me and Trent low key might be related. But go ahead. You said AAF. So I'm guessing it's the American American of something. Kyle gonna find out the name for it in a second. But there's a new football league supposed to be coming called the AAF that wants Colin to play. Now, before I even get into it, I'm not sure why the XFL ain't trying to do this, because I know they're trying to come back, and that's why Vince McMahon got rid of his shares. If any of y'all watch WWE, WWF, but this would be a great thing for them. Anyway, we're gonna keep going on.
Alliance of American Football.
Alliance of American Football is the name of it. The AAF, the Alliance of American Football. They came to Colin Kaepernick and were asking him, "Hey man, do you want to come? You want to come play?" I was about to say, "You want to come hoop? You want to come play, bro? Like, what's good? You trying to toss this pigskin around, homie? Like, what's up?" Right? And rumor has it that Colin asking for $20 million, and I'm like, psh, y'all want Colin? Y'all better pay him that $20 million. And the reason that I'm speaking about this right now is because a lot of those same people that say it was never about football for Colin are also saying, why is he asking for $20 million from this startup league? Y'all lucky he only asking for 20. If that was me, I'd been like, give me $12 million in equity in the company. Because there's no way in the world imagine everything that I just said for the NFL, right? Everything that I just said Colin would have brought to the NFL had a team signed him. Now I'm bringing that to an off-brand league. No offense to the AAF in any way, shape, or form, but y'all not the NFL. You know? I'm bringing all of this to an off-brand league. I'm bringing all of this attention, all of this notoriety, all these views, all these ratings, all these sales, because people are now going to purchase anything with my name on it, right? Nike is going to end up doing a whole campaign probably around my new uniform, or come up with some new cleats, some new shoes, shirts, sweatpants. We're going to have a whole line. We're going to have a Nike Tech fleece suit Kaepernick, bro. The whole shebang. Imagine all these things that's going to cost all this money that's going to bring all that over to y'all. I don't get a piece of that? No, you can't have me. If I can't get a piece of that, you can't have me. I'll sit out.
I sell my own jersey like he did.
Yep. He sells his own all black number 7 jersey. I'll do my own thing. So yeah, if y'all want me to come to the table, we starting at $20 million. Again, y'all lucky, because if it was me, give me $12 million to start. We finna incentivize my contract so that I can still earn more, and I want equity in the company. Because I'm y'all meal ticket right now in terms of being hot. Now, you could get a bunch of NFL players who are free agents who aren't being signed to teams to come play and to be able to work out, or get some people from the Canadian League, depending on the level of competition, how efficient the league is going to be ran, you know, how professional it is and all of that. It can still be a very good and viable league, a la like what Big 3 is doing, you know? It may not be the NBA, but that's perfectly fine. I'll still tune in every week to watch Gilbert Arenas play Baron Davis and play Ron Artest and play Lamar Odom and play Greg Oden and play everybody else that's out there. Why not? I'll watch that. It could build up to that. But you need that big star to pop it off. When Big 3 started, what was the key person they were pushing? Who was the key person, they were pushing? Allen Iverson. Everywhere you went, they were saying something new about Allen Iverson gonna play again. Allen Iverson gonna play again. Now, I'm not saying that people would not have watched that AI not played, but I guarantee you that a lot of people tuned in because he did. Because he said, I'm going to come out here and hoop. Because people want to still get that nostalgia of seeing AI play. People still want to see Cap play. So in order to pull me in, bro, y'all going to have to pay me this bread. 100%. And if that ain't what we talking about, we can move on to a whole nother conversation. So it is what it is, man. I'm super happy for Colin. Very proud of him. Glad he was able to stick to his guns, get everything done the way in which he wanted to, get what he needed out of the situation. Him and his people gonna be good. Now I know that the lawyer's gonna end up taking a large portion of that money. It would be lit if in the contract in any way, shape, or form the NFL got to pay for all his fees so that way he can keep all that money. That would be amazing. Not too sure, not too confident in how that might be worked out. Probably not gonna happen, but it would just be nice if it was thrown in there. More than likely, if it is between 60 to 80 million, he might end up getting between 40 to 50, depending on how many legal fees he has to end up paying. But still, not working for 2 years and then getting 50 million, that ain't bad at all, bro. Not playing for 2 years and then getting an NBA contract, ain't bad whatsoever. He got a Mozgov contract after not working for 2 years. Crazy. Z. Yo, he didn't work for 2 years and he about to get paid what John Wall gonna get paid for the next 3 to 4 years. Wild. Hey, John Wall, I hope you get better soon, bro. It's very unfortunate what happened to your Achilles. And please don't fight Juju from Pittsburgh. I seen Juju was making light of the situation in your comments and you was not having it whatsoever. Juju was just joking, I'm hoping. So don't leave him alone, bro. John, you go ahead and rest up. I also heard that you're going to finish school. Proud of you for that. Please go do that. And you just had a baby boy. Congratulations on that as well, man. But to close out the Colin Kaepernick situation, man, very proud of him. I hope that some of them jerseys come back online. So I'm definitely trying to get one. AAF, I hope y'all do sign him because I would love to see Cap still play. But y'all got to pay that man. Pay that man if you want him up there. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to play a couple more songs. Then we're going to hop back